Welcome back. This is still Rise and Shine. At this point, we'll be having a focused conversation, and we have Victor Ani-laju on standby to have a conversation with us this morning. Of course, he's the founder of EPA and former president aspirant himself under the People's Democratic Party. Of course, this particular leg of elections, Victor Ani-laju is an energy that we're going to be having on the show this morning, especially to discuss the issues. We're looking at 2023 elections, the alleged hate on Igbos in Lagos State. Victor Ani-laju, very good to have you on the show this morning. How are you and how is Lagos?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you look
Lagos
you
is
look
great.
really bright and good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
We
so,
are close to victory, so we are
Uh,
very happy.
so you started when you are Agbada. Okay.
I,
We
I like
see.
the fact that you describe Victor as an energy,
Yes,
and
it's an
I
energy.
heard that while we were having conversations and having Nigerians share their thoughts, he was also, shaking his head in confirmation or in rejection of some of the things that were said.
Yeah.
Good morning, Victor, and thanks for joining us once again.
Yes, thank you. Even if I heard some things people said that I don't think
Okay, so
uh,
don't worry about the things we said. Don't worry about debunking or affirming to them. We have a focus now. Let's just look at our focus. Lagos is one of the states that have been, fingered as very heated right now, and even on the papers this morning, even as we move to the gubernatorial elections and state houses of assembly elections on Saturday. Maybe you could just shed more light since you're in Lagos why it seems is heated. We know that there's the incumbent, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who is also running for the seat again. We have Jandor from the People's Democratic Party. We have Badebo, is it
Yeah.
Rhodes? Yes,
Yeah.
Badebo Rhodes of the Labour Party. And this seems, I think there's just one other person. I can wrap my head around his name right now. This seems to be giving the APC in Lagos State a good run for their time. And again, let's not forget the significant difference that the presidential elections had to do in Lagos State. So just let us know exactly why Lagos is so heated up at this point.
okay, first of all, Nigerians, Lagosians are tired of APC. I believe everybody right now can testify that APC-led government has failed 100% because the economy right now is not working. There's insecurity. There is over 21 million children out of school. Over 131 million Nigerians are living below poverty level. So what is going on in Lagos is a reflection of how Nigerians, it's not only the Igbos, the entire nation have rejected the APC. But why is it so why does it have much impact in Lagos? Is because, like I said earlier on this program, Lagos happens to be the heart of APC. So everything that you are seeing right now in Lagos is that they have been rejected, and people are not coming out to vote for them anymore. So they have resolved into thuggery, into threats, into try to make it seem like it's a tribal war. You could see a leading candidate, they are dragging him because the mother is Igbo. And I don't know how your language can prevent you from not performing. Somebody that have over 400 years history of his great grandparents being in the forefront of politics and leadership in Nigeria. Now you are not saying that He's not a Lagosian. He's an Igbo boy because he has an Igbo name called Chinedu. I don't understand. Lagos currently right now is occupied by non-Yoruba speaking indigenous. We have over 60% of non-Yoruba people occupying Lagos. The island alone, statistics have shown us while we're doing our real estate survey, there are more of Igbos who stays in the island than the Yoruba people. The Lagos indigenes, that's those that have their grandparents' ancestral land in Lagos, are not up to 10% of the population that live in Lagos right now. So anybody that is coming out and saying that the Igbo are bad people, that person does not have a progressive mind. This is one tribe that you can testify today that wherever they go, they are progressive in nature, and you are engaged them. This is a tribe that majority of your tax of your income that you earn as a state comes from their businesses, comes directly from them. So why are you hating them?
Okay,
Because they have rejected your
let's put
party.
things in perspective now, Victor. Let's put things in perspective. The hate or alleged hate on the Igbos in Lagos State, before now, we did not quite see that. Igbo people are very industrious people, and just like you said, Lagos enterprising, and most of the businesses done in Lagos are done by non-indigens of even the Lagos state. Okay, but before now, there was this, togetherness, this harmony between everybody in Lagos state. The alleged hate that we're talking about now, and which seems to just magnify, is coming from the presidential elections that happened on the 25th of February, where Labour Party won the elections in Lagos. So why do we have this? It's alleged that the Igbos in Lagos State, voted for the Labour Party and all of that. So what exactly how do we now interpret all of those things?
It's because of politics. Because of politics, because we, the people, have rejected the APC. And they are not angry. Why are we rejecting them? If you have done well, the people will accept you and vote you in. So they have found out that majority of the people in Lagos right now, like I said before, are non-indigenous of Lagos State. And Igbos happen to be one of the major tribes. Now, if there's anything we all have to understand in Nigeria is that if you go to any state in Nigeria today, after the indigenes, the indigenes of that state, the next most popular tribe you find in those states are Igbos, because they are progressive minded, they are entrepreneur, right? So they carry their business from one place to the other. All these things that you are seeing playing at the hate is because of politics. I assure you, after this election, it will be business forward, not business as usual. Because right now, Nigerians, Lagosians now have this progressive mind, this mind of let's build a new Lagos, let's get things done properly. One thing you should understand is that people will always reject oppression, whether they reject it now or whether they reject it tomorrow, but always know that at some point, the people will wake up one morning and say, enough is enough. And that is what we are doing currently in Lagos. We are tired of having one man leading a metropolitan city for over 2 decades. We are tired of having people who don't have the capacity, who don't have the character, who are not competent, leading competent people. We
So
want the
are you
best of
indirectly or
us to
directly
lead
saying
the
that
rest of us.
Babajide Sanwo-Olu is not competent because he's the present governor of Lagos State? Are you saying he's not competent? He's on the ballot as
He's
well.
not. Yeah, he's not, because judging by what we see in Lagos, he's in fact right now, by our research, is one of the worst governors that Lagos State have ever had. There are governors
Haven't
that
there
have
been
been to Lagos that you
performances?
could see.
Haven't there been things that Sanwo-Olu has done in the last years that he's been, governor of Lagos State? Because let's also be fair, on the part of citizenry, governor seems to be doing very well because we did not hear Lagosians shout out in his first year in office, second year in office, third year. Now he's finished this fourth round and wants to be re-elected into office. We're suddenly hearing people say, oh, Sanwo-Olu has not done satisfactorily by Lagosians. Has it always been this way, or also is this sentiment being whipped up by the electorate?
The truth about it is that if he has done well, the people will want him to continue. That's something we all have to agree on. The truth about it, that Lagosians are not dull people. They are people who are exposed. If a governor is doing well, the people will defend him. He's not doing well. If you know any project or something that he has done, you can mention it so we discuss about it. It's obvious. You have people in Lagos. Come to Lagos. Lagos is one of the dirtiest city right now in Nigeria. Lagos is so much indebted. Businesses are going down in Lagos.
Because I was just about to go into the economy of Lagos State, talking about the GDP. I mean, Lagos is a self-generating economy of its own. So if you're saying that the economy of Lagos State has been falling, where are we backdating it to? Is it since when Sanwo-Olu came into power and all of what's really the indices on ground? And something else I'd really like to ask, when we are talking about the allegations of hate against the Igbos in Lagos State, what exactly are we looking at? Are their businesses under attack? Are their lives under attack? And who are the people instigating these things? I mean,
of course, we just saw the Akere market, which we hear is predominantly sold by the Igbos. And some people are also saying that this is politically motivated because we saw Sanwo-Olu just yesterday, laying the foundation and giving 100 million naira, to those in the market as well.
Because when you're saying that people have gone to attack the Igbos, these people that are carrying out these attacks, did we import them from another country, or are they Nigerians from other ethnic groups? Why are we having this kind of division, even fostered by politics, as it were? But Victor Ani-laju, just help us sort that out. The GDP of Lagos State, did it start falling when Sanwo-Olu, got in there, or what's it really been like?
Okay, so let's see it like this. I will give you 3 major points which you used to maybe you used to put as a benchmark to know if Lagos is doing well or not. One of them is security. The second one is the traffic in Lagos, right? The third one is maybe we'll say the business. How well are people doing businesses in Lagos? Now, on these 3 points, someone who has failed. I'm just comparing him with the previous governor, Ambode, that just left. Now, during Ambode time, we saw that the traffic situation dropped because he was able to build some pedestrian bridge. He has to demarcate the road so people don't just cross the road. People have to use the pedestrian bridge. He has to beautify most of the parks so that buses can go into those parks and dispatch their passengers, right? But currently, as we speak, all those legacy that was laid down by Ambode right now have been destroyed because the current governor, which is Sanwo-Olu, had not the capacity or had the character or is competent enough to sustain Lagos. Lagos is not just a state. Lagos could be seen as a metropolitan city. You could try to compare Lagos to London, New York, Paris, and the rest. I don't want to go into all of that. The level of insecurity right now in Lagos is bad. You can't drive at night. You can't be seen inside your car in traffic. People are just out there to steal from people who are working on their own. You can't come out as early as 5 o'clock walking on the road in Lagos. Otherwise, you'll be attacked by hoodlums. right? So when we look at these indices, you can say that the present governor of Lagos State is not doing well. Is it businesses? There are more businesses that are shutting down in Lagos now as we speak. People are even now leaving Lagos to either go back to their other states or go outside the country, right? So one thing you should know is that if a place is working, people will want to stay. I've I've had friends who have sold their properties and had to leave out of Lagos.
But
So
Victor,
when we say
Victor,
Lagos is
when
not
you
working,
put these arguments forward, the next question that will be in the mind of somebody is, why is Victor still in Lagos?
I choose to remain in Nigeria, and currently now I find myself in Lagos. Now I'm in Lagos. It doesn't mean that I love to stay in Lagos. It's just because I choose to stay in Nigeria,
Anyways, let's just leave
right?
that there. Let's just leave that there. Now, there's something that came up on the front pages of our national dailies this morning, and I'd like us to talk about it. The chief spokesperson of Labour Party, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, has said that the quietness by the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu over the continuous ethnic profiling and hate propaganda against Igbos in Lagos State is dangerous for Nigeria's corporate existence. Now, my question is, whether Tinubu speaks or not, what's the difference? Will it make any visible difference?
Okay, so yes, it will make a whole lot of difference. Let him come out and tell his thugs and his area boys to remain calm and peaceful.
So it comes back to what I
Exactly.
He
said
should do
earlier, that
that.
this is politically motivated.
Yes, right now, whatever you are seeing going on in society has a political undertone. But one thing you should know is that APC is losing. So they are out to leech out on people, release their anger on people. They hate to lose. I've always said it on your program that APC, they are bad losers, right? So they always want to win. And when they find out that they are losing, they will want to destroy everybody. They want to bring everybody down. APC is ready to bring Nigeria down today,
So that
So
right?
means
And
that the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu still has a
a
firm grip,
stronghold.
yes, of Lagos State. If we are saying that we are waiting for him to talk to the people in Lagos State, Southwest now, to sheath their sword, that means he has a strong grip of Lagos.
But even before we even skip all the way to get to the president-elect, Janice, we've not heard the president of the Federal Republic, who is still president until March 29, say anything about some of the uprisings that we have heard since, the February 25th election. There's been an offshoot of several things happening in the country. We've not heard President Muhammadu Buhari directly address anything. For God's sake, Igbos are Nigerians living in Nigeria. Yeah. If we are having the conversations that since after the February 25th elections, they have been under serious threat in Lagos State, we should have the man at the helms of affairs who himself is the biggest, authority too in the All Progressives Congress, come out to say something to allay the fears of Igbos living in Lagos, and also to just give voice in some sort of way. Victor Ani-laju, that's a problem on ground. Even before we even skip to getting the president-elect to give his words, just yet, President Muhammadu Buhari hasn't said anything.
yes, one of the reasons why the president is not speaking is because the president knows that the people have rejected him. Nigerians don't want to see him because he promised us a credible election, and which he did not do. Before his eyes, he saw election being rigged, he saw people being injured, he saw touts carrying ballot boxes, and he did not condemn it. And people always say, let's go to court. Court, court is not the final say. The people, it's we, the people, that have the final say. Court will only just affirm the will of the people. The court is not going to bring out evidence. The court will actually bring your evidence. It's based on the evidence that you present before the court that the court will use to work. And that is why I like one of your callers said that I think we should not just be addressing him as the president-elect. And he has his rights to say so. Because majority of Nigerians did not vote him in, right? He's just a president that was announced, a president announced by INEC. Unless we want to say because we're on air, let us be civil. But what was civil about lying? To me, I feel any person that comes on TV and say he's the president-elect, I feel that you are lying. Because it's obvious that we all in Nigeria, we know that he was not elected. We know that INEC had just announced him as the winner.
Well,
And I don't see
I
anybody
think
that is
that it has
above.
also been made clear that the courts will, at the end of the day, let Nigerians know who is or who
But
is not the president
the
of
court will
Nigeria.
work with what we say. The court will work with our own evidence. It's just like as you are right now. If you are invited as a witness to the court and say, what do you think? Do you think this man won this election or not? Will your conscience allow you stand in that court and say Bola Ahmed Asiwaju won the election? It is no. So let's as much as we want to be civil, apply diplomacy in our speech, but should we be lying? That's the part I don't understand. We all know in this country that that election was rigged. We know that he didn't even come out second. He came out like fourth or third, right? But because of money, bribery, and corruption, he was able to be announced as by INEC that he won. That does not mean that we all Nigerians should start playing in
I
that
think
line.
the court also, the president has said if we are dissatisfied with the election or the outcome of the presidential election, we should seek redress in court. So obviously parties are pulling up and pulling together their evidences to back that up. So we'll leave that at that
What do you
and let the
expect
courts
from
decide at the end
what do
of
you
the
expect
day
from
if they can also
APC?
prove, if the parties in question can also prove that they won the elections and their mandate was stolen. Still on the
Yeah.
Igbo issue, I know that a lot of Igbo elites are speaking
Exactly.
on the attack against Lagos Igbos in Lagos State, and we just hope that they get to sort that out. But Victor, as we move forward, after tomorrow, which is Friday, Saturday 18th, is the gubernatorial and state houses of assembly elections in Nigeria. Do we see a replay of what happened during the presidential elections in Lagos State again on Saturday? We have Gbadebo under the Labour Party. We have Jandor under the People's Democratic Party. And of course, Babajide Sanwo-Olu under the All Progressives Congress as well. What do you think are the strengths of these three political gladiators even as they move to the polls on Saturday? I don't even know. Maybe now
Okay,
you're a
my
Labour Party member. You said you were PDP, but now I think you're a Labour Party.
Are you Labour Party? Because it's more like you are Labour Party at
okay.
heart. You're Labour Party at heart, but a card-carrying member of the
Well, the
People's
PD,
Democratic
yeah.
Party.
Let me now tell you that even GROV is from PDP. Even Peter Obi is from PDP also. PDP has been one of the long-lasting political party. Majority of people in APC are also from uh,
PDP.
PDP. A lot of us have, in one way or the other, been part of PDP, and today we are supporting Labour Party because we needed a party that is credible. We needed a party that have good foundation. We needed a party where competent character and care for the people is the major agenda that we want to carry out.
But it
Now,
doesn't
what we
also
are
mean,
expecting to
Victor,
see,
sorry I'm cutting you short. It doesn't also mean that when once you fly under the Labour Party, it automatically means that you have some level of integrity and capacity as well.
yes, but I will tell you that any of the Labour Party candidates that you see today have more ability to care for the people and to also have that character. They are not thugs, they are not touts, right? Now you may not want to agree with me, But what I'm saying to you is that what we are building in Nigeria is a system, not just a people or just some persons. The Labour Party right now, what we are coming together to build in Labour Party is a system where even if you are the worst criminal, right, and you get into the Labour Party, all those your characters that are not acceptable by the people, we will strip them off you and give you a better platform where you can you can lead the people from the area of your competence, from the area of your good character, and show care for the people. That is why you see what is happening in Lagos is happening, right? What we expect to see this Saturday, we expect more persons to come out and vote for LP, right? Because we already know that LP, as we speak today, is setting a new pace, a new standard for the democratic system of Nigeria. And anybody that is progressive in mind, anybody that likes development, will embrace what we're seeing in the Labour Party. Now, it's not just about the party, it's about the foundation, it's about the belief system. As we speak right now, Labour Party is not a party of people who have big money, who have lifestyles. No. In fact, Labour Party is giving people an opportunity, people who are nobody, to become something in our society. And that is what we have always prayed and wished Nigeria become, where a child of nobody can become somebody without even knowing anybody in the political space. And we have seen that emerge in Labour Party. Now, take it back to Lagos State right now. I could tell you that the Labour Party in Lagos State is doing very well. And why are they doing well? Because they care about the people. It's not because they have money bags. It's not because they have touts. It's not because they know how to be violent. No, it's because they care for the people. What Nigerians need help. Nigerians need a leader that will care about them, that will help them to solve their problem, that will listen to them. We have had APC in Lagos for over 2 decades, and their leadership care less about what happened to the people,
That's been a long
right?
time.
And we are introducing
Very
another
long
party
time.
now that we care for Lagosians, that will help them to solve their challenges, to make sure that there is security, to make sure that there is less traffic in Lagos, and to make sure that businesses in Lagos thrive. Because if Lagos is not doing well, I will tell you that Nigeria will not do well, right? Because Lagos is the capital hub of Nigeria, right? So we will need Lagos to do well. And we trust the current Labour Party candidate, the person of Gbadebo, right? He's somebody that has good experience. He's somebody that has good history about Lagos, and he understands what Lagos needs as we speak right now. And we are
Anyways,
not just banking all hope on him. We have young people in Lagos who are ready to work with him to make sure that the dream of a new Lagos is built or is better. So it's a benefit for everybody. If
I
Lagos
think that
work,
Lagosians will
Nigeria will
decide
work.
that on Saturday. Lagosians will decide that on Saturday.
Because I was also going to
Yeah.
look at if we draw it side by side with what our initial conversations, were, especially because we are also seeing people attempt to raise a lot of dust around his ethnicity, as it were.
Exactly.
If you say Lagosians want to embrace a Labour Party candidacy for the governor's seat, let's think a little ahead. If this turns out to be the case in Lagos, what are the ground plans to shock absorb, what the response will be? If this is what the response is because Labour Party won in Lagos State, if they win the gubernatorial seat, Victor Ani-laju, what shock absorbers is Labour Party and the young teeming youth putting in place to rebuff what might come off as a result of the elections? The Igbos are suffering it now for the presidential election. If you go and win the polls for the gubernatorials, what are you going to do?
One thing you should know about Lagos is immediately they announced Labour Party as the winner in Lagos State, there will be calm, there will be joy and happiness. We only have some few persons who are aggrieved by the winning of Labour Party. And those few are not up to 1% of the total population of Lagos. the majority of Lagosians want Labour Party to come into power. I tell
You seem
you,
to be
you will
talking
see
about
most of
Labour
these
Party.
things that you are saying, the threats.
You've not even talked about
PDP,
Jandor
Jandor,
of the
and
People's
Funke Akindele,
Democratic
yeah.
Party. Let's understand.
No, no, yes. The truth about it is that PDP has lost Lagos State. I mean, we have tried to give them that opportunity many times, but they could not meet up. But we found out that Labour Party have been able to sell and package their party very well. And Lagosians have embraced the Labour Party because it's a party that cares for the people.
All right.
If you're in Lagos, one of the things that you want to hear or receive in Lagos is that care. That leader that wants to show that he or she is there for the people, because Lagos is a city that comes with its own challenges.
All
So
right.
you want to be sure that your governor is always there to listen to the people, and not just listen, he's able to come up with visions, ideas that will help solve the challenges of the people.
Okay,
And that
I
is
think,
where
Victor,
Labour
I
Party
need to
is
quote you
ahead of.
at this point. I need to quote you at this point. Thank you so much for your time. I know that another allegation that is trailing the Labour Party candidate in Lagos State is the fact that he can't even speak the language. So how does he communicate with especially those in the rural areas and maybe also traditional rulers in Lagos? But we want to thank you.
A quick one. Does his deputy gubernatorial candidate know how to speak Yoruba? Does his deputy know how to
Yes,
speak?
she knows how to speak Yoruba.
Okay,
Okay,
so that
so
solves
Yes,
that.
and
That
it
solves.
balances
she's
off.
from a royal, she's from a royal family also.
Okay.
And you can have many interpreters.
Thank you
When you
so
go
much,
and visit some
Victor.
of these people,
All right.
they will always have somebody to
To interpret
interpret
for them,
for
of
you. So I
course.
don't see now for Lagos, what we know in Lagos, the majority of the people in Lagos, they know how to speak good English, they hear English.
Okay.
All
So
right.
All
it's
right.
just
Thank
Thank
like
you.
you.
about 10 to 15%
Okay.
Thank you.
that are
Thank you.
just Yoruba speaking people.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
Victor Ani-laju, for coming on the show today. We always enjoy our time with you. Do enjoy the rest of your day. That's basically all we're going to
Thank
take.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you.
Victor. All right. Bye-bye. That's all. If you say he cannot speak Yoruba, does his deputy know how to speak Yoruba?
Well, those are some of the allegations
Unnecessary
trailing him,
sentiments,
sentiments
yeah.
that are trailing Badibo Roads, the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate for Lagos State. But Saturday will tell, definitely.
Who the people
Lagosians
really want, and we
will
hope
decide.
that we hope that what the people want
Yeah.
will reflect in the results of the elections.
Well, we leave that to INEC to do what they're supposed to do as well in terms of coming out early enough for the elections to start, getting all the materials ready, uploading election results to the IREV and all of that. But fingers crossed on that one. We'll just, at this point, draw the curtains, and we'll definitely see you again tomorrow for another edition of Rise and Shine Daily. Thank you so much for being a part of our show. My name is Janice Cobham. See you again tomorrow.
My name is Uyara, and it's been a great delight doing this with you. Thank you to everyone who called in on the show, and to our production crew. You are absolutely the best. Let's do this again tomorrow. We'll leave you now to Sports Central. Bye-bye.